Okay, so here we are on the juxtaposition cross of the focus, 4-1 profile. The juxtaposition cross of focus, transcendence, is always a funny word. Whenever you look at the 64 and the 63, and when we move into focus, this becomes the unconscious arm. We lose the 40-37, we lose the tribal, and we get the collective on top of the collective. We get a logical collective gate, and we get an abstract gate. The 64-63. But remember something about the 64-63. You see the more clearly when we look at it within the context at the cross of consciousness, but to recognize that the 64-63 isn't really connected to this world. It always requires being pulled back down to earth in a way because the speculation is everywhere. The moment that you go into the 63-64 is the moment that all of a sudden you realize something about focus. It's hard to hold it. It's hard to hold the focus. There's so much activity. It's very important movement. The polarity to the 6 is the 16. To the 9 is the 16. And the 16th gate is the gate of skills. It's part of the channel of talent. The thing to recognize about the 16th gate is that the secret to reaching the point of satisfaction in the logical process is the capacity to be able to identify, which is another word for focus. And everything about this cross of focus is about identification, being able to identify the potential. Just the identification of the potential is enough to give these beings the tracks in their life, even though it never have become a substantiated pattern. What's important for them, because this is so fixed, if there's a defined identified with a specific focus. And what you get to see with the not so 4-1s on this cross is that they're not focused at all. They're unfocused. They're looking in different directions and they're not looking clearly. And even when they're looking down the line that is correct for them, it's like me looking out there. I can recognize you, but it's still kind of fuzzy. It's just kind of fuzzy. This is the lemma of the 4-1. It's all kinds of fuzzy unless you're there responding, unless you're entering into thing beings correctly. And this is what it's all about. It's about entering to things correctly. You never follow this strategy or this authority. So this is something completely